What happened?
The door shut.
Which door?
This one.
Really?
Yeah, they just slammed it. Yeah. No, we never close the doors.
Wow.
But already, I know it may start happening already.
Yeah, I know, because I was never saw that once, but it was that door. So this morning, we get here at 8, and Sam had just walked in about 15 minutes after. Okay. And when he walked in, they put a chair on the there. And then this is the chair here. And then they have pulled that down from here.
This was today?
Yes. We have pictures of a lot of the events that have been happening. Because at first, we didn't want to seem like we were crazy, but we have them from prior to day one.
Excuse us. Okay, and so when did all of this start?
When we first moved in.
To this particular space?
Actually, prior to, in our old suite. I think I heard y'all went down to the 316.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't find 316. There was no number that said 316. So I don't know if they changed on the 3rd floor, and it started happening there.
You want to give examples?
Okay, so when it started happening, was there any kind of event or anything that took place before everything started to happen?
Well, there was a death of one of our paralegals, but I don't think it was that triggered it. Because we started losing things, and
So it was after the passing of your paralegal that activity started?
no. It had started prior to that. So we had started missing things, and things were being misplaced. We saw a shadow, and then after she died, things also were happening.
So it was happening before she passed. Okay. And there was nothing that happened or anything happened like this before anybody's house or prior to coming here? No? Okay, so go ahead and tell us about some of the things that happened. What happened?
The computer just turned off.
I have the charger over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the first time.
We
The cameras that we had here also did that.
They would turn
off.
off. They would turn off.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things they like to use the energy from the cameras to do stuff. Now, have you guys ever been touched?
Oh yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, when we were first moving up here in January, end of December, January, I was on a Sunday night, right? And we were moving all our stuff, and I was looking into my office to see the way I had arranged it, the furniture, and her husband likes to like joke around, and I felt somebody tap me on the shoulder, so I turned around this way thinking he was on the other side, but nobody was here. Everyone was downstairs on the 3rd floor getting more stuff. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm leaving. It's time to go.
Oh no, I think the only thing closer to me was that one time I told you guys I felt a cold touch on my arm, and it wasn't anywhere else on my body. It just felt like a very cold as I was typing.
Oh, what else has happened?
Well, we didn't know about it until recently, but one of our legal assistants used to sit in that office, and it was like late January after we had moved in, and her chair was like just pushed back and forth, and I didn't know. She didn't tell nobody, so it was.
She saw it.
She didn't see anything. It was just wiggled. She was in it, and it was jiggled while she was in it. And after that, she said she just got really freaked out, really scared.
Let's have a plug somewhere.
She closed her door. She started crying and she was calling her mom. And it wasn't until I started telling her everything that was happening. She's like, "It wiggled my chair." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you say anything?"
They also shushed us.
Yeah, they just shushed us.
So you heard shh,
Yeah.
shh, like loud. Okay.
We're the first ones to always see every time they do something. We just so happen to either walk in here or pass by her office, and we're always
Everything's done in my office. Like they read on the window.
They read on the window.
They
You write on the
Stuff
window?
around from the desk to the
Oh,
floor.
wow.
Yeah, they wrote hi and then the beginning of a J and then the beginning of an A. With cream.
Is there any maintenance that comes around here?
Yeah, but in the evening.
In the
And
evening.
it wasn't written when they first got here.
It was written when we were all here.
We were at lunch.
Yeah. And that same hi was written in our third floor in his office. And we just played it off. We thought it was his daughter or some other little boy that had been there that day. And then it was also written with soap.
Oh.
Dish soap. Dish soap on our carpet in our kitchen. So they threw all the dish soap all over the sink and all over the carpet and then they wrote hi.
They came in here and one of the chairs was up there in that corner this morning. And this was turned upside down
And
in
the
the
floor.
chair. Upside down.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we were in here all together having our meetings because our staff has our meetings here, and the chair flipped.
Right here,
Oh,
this
one
We know what
day.
I'm sitting on
Yeah.
here.
I happened to walk
And
away
when
to
we
get a phone
recorded
call.
it, because we had a camera like that, it went error. It didn't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Wow.
She says, do you hear children's voices? She wanted to know.
We did yesterday when we were going home.
3 to 9?
We were in the elevator, all of us, and we heard a little girl laughing or screaming.
Yeah, it's
Really?
the life out of us.
We literally thought I thought somebody
Got
was
stuck.
stuck in the elevator next to us. We're like, oh, somebody's just stuck. But it screamed like
It was like a death scream.
And which elevator is not working, boss?
And it was as we were traveling down from the
This
floor
one?
down.
Have you guys talked to maybe like other tenants here? And maybe...
everybody thinks we're crazy.
No, the other law office, some of the girls, they've agreed that, or not agreed, but they've mentioned that
They've
they've
mentioned.
They
Okay.
saw
Some-
shadows, or
Okay,
they'll
okay.
hear someone typing, or...
I don't like it either because it turned the faucet in the restroom, third floor. Because I left from here and I went to the restroom and I looked to see if nobody was there and nobody was there and then everything was turned off and I just saw the light flicker on the back of the mirror, but it usually does that. Or maybe it's not normal, but it just flickered. And I sat down and then all of a sudden they just turned on the water and I was upset. And I was like, really? I know you're here, now you're just being a pervert, you're following us to the restroom, please stop. And then when I came back in, the faucet here was turned on and the soap was all a mess and the glasses were all on the floor.
Wow, that's a lot
But
of
it all
activity.
started with the blue, like a little blue ball.
They threw
Oh,
it in
it
the
was like
hall.
a dark It blue was a wall ball.
The wall ball.
And that ball like came rolling, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I actually picked it up one morning and threw it in the trash. And then he came in, he thought we were playing a joke.
That was,
Because it was
was
back
that
out.
back in June or July?
No, this was last month. July. Have you guys been in this building
Since
January.
since January? And immediately everything started?
Well, it started on the third floor, and she saw a figure in her office in the third floor, like sitting down in her office. And we just put it off because our paralegal had just died, and that was her old office. We're like, oh, Elaine's there, so Elaine wants her office back. So we just put it off, and then our accountant.
You're all great.
Well, it was her desk and it was her office. It was
Yeah.
hers. It was like, okay.
And then our accountant was there on a Saturday by herself one time, and I remember because she called me. She's like, okay, I just saw somebody pass, and it was dark, and I saw a shadow. And then she's like, okay, I'm hearing somebody in the kitchen. And I'm like, okay, then just go, you know, because she was by herself. So that was on their floor. But then all the activity happened a lot here. Like, it's just,
But not until about July, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
I remember the springtime, it wasn't.
yeah, it was about,
Yeah.
end of June, beginning of July. Oh, and then these wicker balls, after the priest came to bless the office and to put up the cross in the hallway, they had thrown him to the hall, and then we put him back, and then they were on the floor, and then I kicked him back. So I was like, okay, it's time, we gotta go. Like, I'm just really freaked out. Well, they kicked it back out, and then I just saw it rolling back in. So I was like, okay, let's go now. So that really, really scared me.
Everything in order. They even put like the rocks together, or
You
they'll
have the pictures you can forward
they'll
to.
put everything like nicely in order. Or like all of our stuff, like last time, all of my desk was practically on the floor. Because I have a lot of stuff. I have a little, like a shoe, a little glass purse. Everything's on the floor nicely. A little snow globe.
Same
And
thing
her
with her
office
desk.
too.
And my desk also. Oh, my chairs.
Yeah.
The ones where the clients sit, they were on top of each other.
They're heavy chairs.
They're really heavy chairs. And then like they'll line up my decorations from the desk on the floor. My mirror, I think that's when it first started happening because I had a mirror on the wall and it fell. like by itself, and nothing was loose, nothing, it just fell. The mirror didn't break, but the edges did. And I think after that, that's when it all started happening.
How the maintenance said that one of those rails, it was loose down, and he said the only way to get like that is somebody had to physically push it up and then bring it down. It can't just fall by itself.
And it was in my office because he's like, "Who did this? Were you guys messing up here?" And I'm like, "Why would we be messing up there?" Like, and then the maintenance guy said, "Well, there's something going on here, huh? Because you guys are all on edge." Like,
everybody else, nothing happens to in the building. On this floor.
Oh, okay.
No.
we haven't
On
really
that side,
asked.
yes, but that's the firm we were saying that how the other girls were saying that they witnessed keyboard
She
slamming.
saw, yeah, she said she saw a shadow, a little shadow.
A little shadow, and then she heard the keyboard like typing. Like she heard it when she went to go see it was nobody. But that's when she went to go back into her space, like her little.
But then we never really asked anybody after that.
Well, yeah.
We don't
I-
think they were too crazy or something.
I ran into the old property manager that had leased us out the 3rd floor, which I keep in contact with, and she asked about my boss, and she asked how work was going or whatever, and I said, "It's going really bad." She's like, "What's going on?" And I told her, "We're being haunted." And she's like, "Oh yeah, there's little kids. They like to hang out in the stairwell, and they play with blue balls."
That's what she said.
And I'm like, I didn't even tell her anything about blue balls or little kids, nothing. And she's like, and also a man killed himself on the 6th floor. He committed suicide. But he just hangs out on the hallways and in the stairs.
That people have seen it.
And then this wasn't everything taken out, all the cabinets.
Oh yeah,
drawers,
all the
everything.
cabinets open. That was a good
Forward all the
So you guys have all those pictures? All
Yeah, we've all been saving them. Yeah, because we don't want to think we're crazy.
And
So did she say why there was children here?
She didn't, and she didn't mention anything. She just said that they hanged out in the stairs and that nobody's ever complained about them being in the offices. So, yeah. And then we told the maintenance people about it, the maintenance crew. And she did mention, though, if you ever want to get out of the lease and get anything on camera, go to the attic.
7th floor.
Go to the attic. And I'm like, why? She's like, there's a lot more scary stuff happening up there. And so we told maintenance, and maintenance is like, there's nothing above you. There's no attic. There's no 7th floor. There's nothing above you.
It's the roof.
And we're like, okay, so where do all the air and the piping and everything go to? Like, so then we decided to tell the elevator guy, and the elevator guy took us up there. There's a whole floor up there. It's a whole floor, and there's. Well, they have the piping, and that's where the elevator goes to. You can't get to the 7th floor through the elevators, just through the stairs. And it has like a keypad and it has keys, so only maintenance and the elevator guy can go up there. But there is 3 offices right above us. One which is completely locked and nobody's been into, and nobody has a key to. And it's right above this one. And it was really freaky. She got like really scared.
I didn't want to walk into it.
And when we came back from there, we were all really scared. Like, we literally felt like we need to get out. And then we started smelling this really ugly, like
I had smelled it prior
like
to everyone
rotten
noticing.
egg smell. But she had smelled it prior to anybody, and then we all smelled. Well, I smelled it. I don't know about, but I had smelled it after that.